What's up, guys? It is Thursday, March 16th. It's 8:13 a.m. and this is a crypto market update. So we're going to be diving into those macro kind of charts that we look at to know whether we're entering a bull market or we're still going to be in this bear market here. I'm under the belief, and it's my opinion, that we are right on the precipice of breaking out of this bear market into a bull market. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going to show you what I'm seeing in the charts. So if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get updated in real time when we drop these market updates, newsletters, and deep dives. So we're going to first start off with this USDC plus USDT market cap versus the total crypto market cap. And this is one of the ones we've been watching as far as knowing when we're going to be entering into a parabolic run, or when it's time to pump the brakes and get a little more cautious as far as when a bear market kicks in. So if we're looking at past times, basically back here, when we had broken this uptrend, or the EMA ribbon as well too, this was December 2020. And that was right when Bitcoin went from, what was it, like 10,000 to 60K in a matter of months, just off of this breaking the EMA ribbon and coming down here. Then we had in right here, well, first off, so we had that breakdown. So when we broke down here, this was a huge bull market for crypto, all the way from December 2020 to like around March-ish, April of 2021. As soon as we broke out of this downward sloping trend line, this was really our big correction that we had, especially when this came in back in May of 2021. And we started trending up here. And then as soon as we broke this trend line again and started making our way down, this was that relief rally back in late 2021, where we kind of went from 30K back up to 60K. And if we take this trend line, we kind of put it downward sloping. As soon as we broke out of this here around late November of 2021, and we went and broke up, that was really when we started our bear market and had that set in stone. And we'd just been chugging along, going up here this whole entire bear market until we kind of topped out here around June-ish, July 2022, and went sideways. And as you may already know, a lot of coins bottomed. I know XRP hit 29 cents, 30 cents around this time frame, and it's really never gone below that. And other coins have maintained that their lows from this point as well too. Then we actually went sideways. There was times where we pumped up here, cryptos kind of had a pullback, but then it was around here. Yeah, well, actually this pump up here was the black swan, and cryptos kind of pulled down. But right at this move where we had this trend line sloping up like this, and once we broke down below this trend line, that was really our start of our big kind of run here around January 9th of this year. And then this whole time we were running up, then we found this kind of support, and we've been kind of going sideways for some coins, kind of revisiting some of those lows from before. But now we're sitting right at that horizontal line again. And if we remember from the past, when we broke that EMA ribbon, that's when we went to our huge parabolic run. Right now we're sitting right at it. So this is a weekly candle. We can have a weekly candle body close below this horizontal line. We're going to shoot for crypto. It's on if that's the case. Right now we're seeing that the momentum is shifted to the downside. And on the weekly chart, we broke below the zero line. If we look at the past times we broke below the zero line right here, coinciding with that same point that's kicked us off into that mega run back in late 2020 to 2021. Then right here, we broke down below it around like September, October-ish of 2021, where we went into our kind of double top rally. Then right now, we broke below it around late January, and now we have the green below it as well too. And it looked like we were going to cross up and kind of save ourselves, but now we're printing a dark red, and the stock RSI is looking like it wants to curl back down. So this is all great news as far as cryptos continuing to melt up here. I fully am under the belief that that's going to be the case, but this is a weekly chart, so we have to wait for those weekly candle closes. But right now, that candle that printed last week was atrocious. Long wick on the top. We had a red candle, we had the body kind of come back in. And as a result, this week, we pulled down even more. So I'm saying if we can break that we're going to melt down in this, which will mean melting up in the crypto prices. Now let's go to the NASDAQ versus Bitcoin. So this is another key chart that we're looking at. And every single time we go in this upwards trend, right, and we break down like this, bull market in crypto. Then we go into our bear market, right? Then we hit our bull market again, right? So we've had that same continuing pattern over and over again, where when we go and we drift upwards, sideways, we have our bear markets in crypto, but then when we break the floor of it, we go on our bull markets for crypto. Bear market for crypto, bull market for crypto. Right now, we've been seeing a bear market for crypto, but right now we're right at that bottom support line. So if we break below it, we're about to kick up so fast. I don't think a lot of people can even imagine it. But I'm telling you, once this breaks, and we're very close to that happening, we're going to melt up in crypto prices. And what's even better is right now we're seeing us break, and this is a weekly chart, we're breaking below the zero line in the TSI. Last times that we've done that, boom, right here. And that coincides with this. And then right here, we kind of hug the zero line until we really had to just say some break below. And no kidding, it was right here, right? And then once we broke above May of 2022, that was right here. But now we're breaking down below. And this in May of April, May of 2022, we really kicked up here was our black swan with Luna. Now we're seeing the opposite, where we're crossing down below. And every single time we cross down below, that's huge. Even going all the way back to 2015 right here, when we crossed down below. That was our bottom. And that was the start of our bull market run in 2015 all the way to 2017. And as you can see, we had that upward sloping channel, bear market, bull market, bear market, bull market, bear market, bull market. Right now, we've been doing this for a long time. So bear market, and we're right at the precipice of breaking into a multi-year bull market. So we have that supporting the bulls in us breaking into a bull market. Now we're looking at the inverse view. Now, same chart, but kind of inverse. And this is Bitcoin versus the NASDAQ. We're looking at the NASDAQ versus Bitcoin. So the reason why we wanted this breakdown is that means that the stock market is underperforming Bitcoin. Now we want this to break up, because that would mean Bitcoin is outperforming the stock market. And if we're looking at the 3-week buy now, that's printing as we speak. We got 10 days left for this to close. Last time we printed it was only one time before, and that was in 2015, where we really broke out of our bear market for good, and we started our uptrend here. So right now with this flashing, that's a very good sign, but we have 10 days left for this to close on the 3-week chart. We do see the momentum kicking up, and right now we're knocking on the 50 line of the RSI, just like back here when we broke through it was that point as well too. Right here when we broke through it was when we went to our little relief rally. Right here when we had to decisive move up from it, we went into our bull run. And then back here, even in 2012, when we really broke up from it at this point and we didn't touch it for a while, that was our big bull market as well too. A lot of signs showing us that we've hit rock bottom already, but we are pressing up on this pretty big resistance right now. So that's why getting above 25.3K with a weekly candle body close, even above 26K with a weekly candle body close, then that will be enough to get us through that major resistance level. And we might melt up pretty quick at that point. So that's sign number 3 for the bull market that's kicking in right now. Then we have gold sitting around 1931 right now. And we're knocking on the doors of these highs. So if I were to put that horizontal line there, this is such a key level where, the blow off top, we served it as a rejection, broke down, rejection, came up to it. We broke above, blow off top, came down below, and then we came all the way down, got rejected at this point recently. And right now we're getting ready to knock on it again. And that's 1952. So we had the stock RSI cross down on a weekly chart. But now it's getting ready to cross up through that 50 line again, and we're about to cross down in the MACD and the TSI, and it said nope and saved it. Look at that save right there. boom, it said, nah, I'm not ready yet. And it kicked back up. And now we're getting ready to really push up here in gold and continue going up here. So this candle closes in a day and 9 hours. If we can press up and close that candle body above 1950, we're going to see some fireworks in gold. So now let's go to the total crypto market cap. Right now we're on the weekly chart and we saw our buy coming back here. Let me go to the 2-week chart. So 2-week chart, we saw our buy, just like we saw our buy back here. We saw our sells here, sells here. Let's go to a 3-week chart. So we have a 3-week prepare to buy soon. In 10 days, we may be getting this 3-week buy now. If we can just kick up a little more, you see that MACD curling in. You see the stock RSI with a whole bunch of momentum. RSI getting ready to knock on 50's door. So all the stars are aligning for the total crypto market cap as well too. We just really need to break above that critical level of 1.13 trillion. If we can do that and flip it as support, we're in definitely good shape. So that would get us right back above that market cap that we're back at in May of 2021. And if we can come up here and flip it as support, that would be beautiful. And then we can really start to test up here and really grow 50% in crypto's total market cap, which will be huge for some of these altcoins. Then we have the others. So total market cap of everything besides, let me actually do total 3. This is the market cap of everything besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right now on the 3-week chart, we have a prepare to buy soon. We already kind of retested that same level that we came down to back here in May of 2022. And we held that as solid support. And we have the candle bodies kind of closing above a key level right now where we have the bodies close here, we close below, body above, body above, body above. That's been 6 weeks. Now, probably around 7 to 8 weeks with the candle body closed above. That's a great sign. If we can have a body candle close above those ones, just a little bit higher right here, that's even better. As far as we have multiple bodies here. If we can close above, then we'll likely melt up to 389, 400 billion. And then if we can get above that, then it's game on. So critical point, because that was an area where we saw June of 2021, support come in in May of 2022. We saw some rejection points here, rejection. So getting above that level is critical. So that's what I'm seeing there. Now, if we go to the bond yields right now are getting ready to break down lower. We're seeing the 2-week chart momentum headed down. We're seeing on the 3-week chart momentum headed down. Look at that MACD spike of red. We're really going to start kind of pushing down here in the bond yields. Then if we go to a monthly chart, we're about to cross down. So we're going to get a monthly sell now signal if we keep up this pace here in 15 days. So 15 days for that. But yeah, it's looking very eerily similar to back here right before we kind of dumped off. Now let's go to the dollar. Dollar right now, we're on the weekly chart. Candle closes in a day and 11 hours. I like right now how we're starting to cross down in the stock RSI and have that momentum weaken. We had a cross in the TSI and the MACD, but it could easily be a fake out. Just like how this point was a fake out to break down, but we kept rallying. This could be a fake break up to a break back down to touch that 200 moving average on the weekly around 99. So that's what I'm watching there. I fully believe we're going to hit that point. Right now, we are below the zero line in the TSI, which is a positive sign for bearish momentum. If we were to break up higher, we have that clear area of resistance pushing us down here, which is that EMA ribbon right there. So that's around 105. So if we do pop up, we need to get rejected by 105. And I expect that to be the case. And then I'd really like to see us break down below 103.5. If we can do that, then we're taking out key level of where we found some support. And then we touched it already and bounced. So then back here, we found it as support, close as resistance right here as well too. So if we can break down below that, have a weekly candle body close below that EMA ribbon, then we're going to keep melting down here. So that is a good sign. And I fully believe that we're going to do that. Then if we go to the NASDAQ 100, right now we have the 786. If I were to take this, so we had this high here. Yep, we had this high to this low. And right now we broke above the 786 and we're hanging on trying to maintain the body of the candle above it here in 30 minutes. If we were to go to the 12-hour chart now, we do see that the stock RSI has already crossed up. That's a good sign. And the TSI is getting above the zero line again after kind of doing a bullish divergence where we had a low here and a higher low, but in the price action, we had a low and a lower low, but we had a pretty strong wick come in, and that was bullish divergence, which was able to really push us up to these highs over here. So if we can continue, we really want to see us take out from this high down to this low, which is 12,625. We can break above there, then we're going to break probably much higher. So that's the level to watch for the upside to break above. And these recent lows is where we really need to hold as far as the big macro picture here for the NASDAQ. Definitely a critical area, because if we were to put this horizontal line right there, and then we go to a weekly chart, definitely a key area of resistance to some support, to some resistance and support right now. But right now we're seeing on the TSI, we're crossing above that zero line. And that's a great sign right there, because usually when we cross below the zero line, we go into a big kind of crash. But once we pop back above, the crash is over. So we definitely want to see that to continue to be the case here. And we want to take out that 786, because that would get us above that EMA ribbon that we're battling with. It's like kind of tug of war right now. If we can get above that, then we'll be off to the races. So then let's look at Bitcoin. Right now we're flirting with 24,900 and have some key levels marked off. And right now I would love to see on the 12-hour chart us close the body of the candle above 25,100, 25,200. That would be a great sign, because we have yet to do that in a very long time. If I were to kind of hide everything right now, if we could close a weekly candle body above, look at back here in August, we couldn't do it over here. I'm sorry, a 12-hour candle above, a lot of wicks, then a lot of wicks here, and then we have wicks here. So breaking above that with a candle body close will really put us ahead of the game and rip roaring here. So that's what we're watching for that. Pretty nice that the EMA ribbon crossed from red to green, and we've been holding this area up here. If we were to take a trend line and pull it up, so we should, if we're going to keep continuing up here, it should happen within the next 12 hours, because we have this trend line coming up, pushing us up. We also have this convergence with the horizontal resistance. If we were to look at this stock RSI, we definitely want to see it cross back up here, and we want to see the TSI and the MACD TSI continue to go vertical and the MACD continue to stay green. And right now with the RSI, we're battling a key level that we battled last time, which is right here, which was the area of support, and then resistance, 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 resistance. So we definitely need to get above that. So that's what I'm watching. I'm watching the 12-hour, but we could go down to the 9-hour and we could see, are we getting close to crossing down below? Right now we're trying to cross up again. If we go to the 6-hour, we did cross down, but the TSI remained and the MACD remained. So the TSI really doesn't want to cross, is trying to maintain. So us maintaining the level that we're at with the price and then pushing up higher here, maybe doing something like this, like back in January, we could be in the early phases. We could be like somewhere around, where's it at? Like, yeah, a lot of these came down on the 6-hour during this pump up to kind of like the same level where we're at right now. I saw here support, just like we're coming right here as support. We could be like at this phase as far as, look at the pink. We got above, then we maintained on the 50 line, just like we maintained on the 50 line back here, and then we headed up. So on the 6-hour, I'm really watching for us to see this pink maintain this 50 line, because usually when we maintain that 50 line, we're in a bullish phase, very bullish phase. So that's what I want to see hold. And then I want to see the TSI start kicking up and the stock RSI cross back above the 50 line. And we'll know that the rally is going to keep rallying here. So that's what we're watching to see short-term upside. Right now, it's looking pretty nice for it, 24,930. If we go to the 4-hour chart and get a better gauge here, and we are starting to see that stock RSI cross up. If we look at the 3-hour, we're already getting close to crossing up through that 50 line. So that is looking all good. And yeah, that's definitely a critical level to get above 25,100. If we look all the way to the left, horizontal resistance, 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 resistance. broke above for a sec, back down, resistance, resistance, resistance. We've already tested it 3 times. If we can break above it, we could start flying pretty fast here. Now let's go to Ethereum. And Ethereum right now, if we're looking at the 3-week time frame, we're about to cross up. Last time we crossed up was back here right before we kept rallying a little bit more. I would definitely probably expect Ethereum to hit anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 before maybe hitting a top. But so far, so good on that as far as the momentum goes on these higher time frames. Now, if we look at XRP, right, we're still on that kind of channel and that trend line coming down here since 2021. And then this support coming from 2022. Right now, we're at the bottom of it. If we were to put this Fibonacci retracement from this low to this high, we could come down to 0.3519. That's where the 786 is. So don't be alarmed if that's the case, but that's right. The 786 coinciding right with that trend line stretching all the way back as support since June of 2022. It's almost been a year of support. So definitely critical level to hold if we come down to it. So that's what we're watching there. But we're also watching the 3-week prepare to buy soon and buy now on XRP. So we have a 3-week prepare to buy soon. We need to see in the next 10 days here us really start to push up so we can get that buy now signal and for this not to be a fake out like back here. So that's what we're watching for that. Maybe we'll get some accompanying news to really push us up hard. And then it would be set in stone that, hey, XRP is out of this bear market. We'll be breaking above this kind of very macro trend line pushing us down for a while now. Then that momentum can really kick in and this vertical blue buy now can flash in 10 days. So we need to see, even if we got the 37 cents, 38 cents, we would get that buy now. So that's the goal at first. 38 cents, get that buy now, and then we can see where we're at that point. So yeah, I'm going to leave it off at that. That's going to be it for this video, guys. A lot of macro charts screaming that we're on the precipice of a huge rally, but also we got to wait. If we're looking at those higher time frames, we got to look and wait for the candle body closes. So Sunday will be huge for us. We're going to be watching it and we'll be keeping people updated real time in the Discord. So I'll put that link in the bio. Come join the Discord and I'll see you guys in there and I'll see you in the next video.